once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. You see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. You see what just happened, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. I guess that account. I guess that account is hot in these streets. Oh yeah, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Oh yes, yeah. I didn't say anything bad. You know, they said that Zeus is. I'm being too mean to the Trump supporters, but you know what? We got to do what we got to do. We got to do what we got to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show back on the road, ladies and gentlemen. It's not going to stop. We'll still get out here and tell the truth and shame the devil. All right. Welcome back, Val.
How's it going?
Another day, another dollar out here. All right, Big Zeus. Clearly, a lot of people are upset, if you know what I mean. I don't know why they're upset, but they're upset.
I don't get it. I don't know why they're so mad. Y'all got what you wanted, right?
Yeah. Well, we're doing an outstanding job, all right, telling the truth and shaming the devil.
Yeah, but we were talking about his 100 days, and I brought up the fact that, he's actually doing worse in his second attempt at the first 100 days. And this is where we're at in this country. We've got people out here lying to themselves, but we saw the numbers, we saw the approval numbers, and we saw that the approval numbers are dropping. He's actually the lowest in history, right?
Yeah.
So lowest approval numbers in history in a president in his first 100 days. So that's when you're talking about these things, well, that tells me there's some people actually waking up. Okay, they're not happy with what's happening right now.
Yeah.
They're not happy that their 401k, is leaving. They're not happy that the dollar's not is not the leader of the world anymore as far as value.
Yeah.
These are the things that are going on that actually affect people's pocketbooks. And, and now you've got grocery prices going up. Now we're about to have what looks like we're going to have grocery shortages, and I'm not saying that's going to happen, but I believe it will.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see, the evidence of that in ports. We're starting to see the evidence. I want people to go look up the last time empty containers in bulk came back from China, please. I want you to go look that up.
There's empty containers coming back.
Yes.
Wow.
Whole ship full of empty containers came back from China into Seattle. Those would normally be full of goods.
Wow.
The ships can't sit there forever in China waiting for it to pull up because they have to pay port fees every day.
Yeah.
So it's cheaper for them just to bring back the empty containers and bring them back to the U.S.
Wow.
They're U.S. containers. So what I'm saying, these are the things that we're seeing right now, and they're concerning. We're already starting to see pictures come out, and people starting to report that shelves are emptying on their grocery stores. Shelves are emptying on their grocery stores. You're going to see a mass run on, we've seen this before. You're going to see a mass run on paper goods.
Yeah.
Things like that. These are the things that you're going to start to see because people are actually worried.
So it's like we're picking up where we left off during the pandemic.
Correct. Yeah, right at the end of the pandemic. Right at the middle, I should say, would probably be the best way to put that. But, and that's, it seems like we're picking up right there. So, so basically the 4 years of Biden didn't count. We didn't come out of the recession we're in. We're just rebuilding the recession.
Yeah.
Now, I've got news for y'all people. We've had a lot of ups and downs in our countries, but we haven't pulled out of a mini recession to go right back into a mini recession. That's
Speak on
That's
it.
actually a first. So these types of things that keep happening, and he keeps putting forth, and he keeps putting these policies forward, or these executive orders. I ain't going to say policies,
Yeah.
because policies have to legitimately go through Congress. But we were talking about Congress, and somebody, DJ said, well, he needs to lead Congress. So, and sir, you can't lead by intimidation. That's not leadership.
But he said that he's the president. What did he say on his post?
President of the world.
Yeah,
President of the world.
How sick.
or I think he may have put it as leader of the world as
Yeah, something along those lines.
along
He
those
he
lines.
thinks he runs
Yeah,
the world.
yeah. This is ridiculous, people.
Yeah.
We've reached a point of ridiculousness, and then you played some clips earlier of our wonderful press secretary, Caroline Levitt,
Yeah.
and guys, I'm not going to say this many more times, but I want somebody to please go find me where the Green New Deal became any law,
Mm.
where it actually became a thing,
Please.
because there wasn't. It was
Wow.
an
So you're saying that
idea.
he's making that up?
Yeah, she is. It was an idea, or no, it was him.
Yeah. Well, it starts with him, right?
Yeah, it starts with him. But I mean, this was an idea put forth by a junior senator. We all know who. Okay, put forth by
Wow.
a junior senator or
Yeah.
junior congressman at the time.
Yeah.
Even the Democrats shot it down.
Mm.
Nobody bought into it, and everybody and y'all keep using it as like it's some kind of policy from the Democrats. It failed
Wow.
miserably
Yeah.
8 years ago.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is what they enjoy. They enjoy failing, Val, and they understand that even though in the failure it's bad for them, they just sit there and go, "Oh, well, you know what? It was a lot worse under Joe Biden." That's their thing.
Right, and these are the things that they keep doing. Right, they keep pushing these narratives, and then you had the guy earlier that wanted to cuss you out, and it was so mad and
Scott,
so
Scott, yeah,
angry.
his name was Scott. Yeah.
Yeah, so mad when he came up here, and that one struck me as kind of funny. Scott, I got information for you, Scott. So Scott, we voted for the person that has ran and operated in all three branches of government. First in her class as a law student, passed the hardest bar in this country, was the vice president of this country, legislatively accomplished more as vice president than Trump did in his first administration.
Yeah.
Okay. No charges of felonies. Worked her entire life for the people.
Yeah.
Okay. In many different aspects of it.
Yeah.
And you want to compare that to the 34-time felon.
Judgment's on you, Scott.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The
Judgment's on him.
assaulter. The assaulter. You know what I'm saying? This is the person that you want to describe. The guy that has been involved in more lawsuits than I think any one individual in this entire country in history has ever been involved in. The man lives in court.
Yeah.
Okay, this is who you want to compare it to, and you want to say that we're the bad people.
Shame on you, MAGA Queen. Shame on you, Scott. Shame on you, DJ. Well, listen, Val, I appreciate it. All right. We're going to move it on, my brother. All right. And
Not a
by the way,
problem.
you had an awesome live yesterday. It was my first time going live with you. It was a pleasure for me to be able to go up
I
there and cook
enjoyed
with
it. I
you.
had fun
Yeah.
with everyone.
Yeah, because it's very important we continue to move forward with quote united hearts. All right, because that's what George Washington said one time in the State of the Union. So we're going to continue that. All right.
Alrighty, and I hate to self-promote just a little bit. I'm going to do that again at 1 p.m. Central Time today.
Okay, Val's going live once again. With united hearts. All right, that's very important. We do that. All right, seriously. Thank you again, Val. I appreciate it.
Bye, everyone.
We're gonna move forward, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, alrighty then. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how the live keeps getting taken down. I just assume that there's just a lot of people, and you never know who they are. They come in with backup accounts. They don't like what I'm doing. And you know, I said this a long time ago. I used to get frustrated about it, but at this point, I understand what it is. They just don't want the truth to get out of there. So actually, I think it's, it doesn't change anything about me. I mean, I'll try to still keep it clean for the most part. But if you're that angry with what Big Zeus is saying and everyone else, that just means I'm doing a great job. Seriously. I'm doing a great job. I mean, why are you upset that I get up here every day and play stuff like this?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah,
if
right?
you hate our country,
Why do you get mad at that?
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the
Lady Boss
U.S., if you're
Monet.
complaining all the
Thank
time,
you.
very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can
Yeah,
leave.
there's no shortcuts to what's happening around here, MAGA. Believe it or not, a lot of people, their minds get connected on a show like this, and we're all on the same type of time. I mean, I don't even, you know what? I don't even have a Discord, right? Because a lot of people think I don't got a Discord. I don't do a lot of this stuff offline and start talking to them. We just get out here because we all care about this great country of ours, and we see what's happening right now, and we're not going to surrender it to the person that we all saw pardon the J6ers and release these thugs back onto the streets instead of sending them where they belong, to El Salvador. W. Zeus. Yeah, I have a problem with crime, except for when I do it or the people who support me do it. Then I don't have a problem. But when everybody else, people of color commit crimes, then I have a huge problem. Or when judges quote commit crimes, then I have a huge problem. But when I do it, I don't have a problem. It's like, come on now, knock it off. And if you're upset right now, you're not upset with the Democrats, because if you really sat down and thought about it and used common sense, it's a simple word, just like groceries. You would have to sit back and say to yourself, the Democrats aren't in control of anything right now. All they're doing is using their freedoms, their liberties, and their rights to go out here and speak up. The real work that needs to be done has to be done through our government. And as you can see, Donald Trump has taken a chainsaw to the government, and he's the reason you're suffering. That's Donald Trump, not Joe Biden. I don't know how to say it to you, Trump supporters, but at a certain point, y'all gotta start making your own. You gotta start being able to think for yourselves. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. I don't got all day to do this. I mean, a lot of people think I'm a mean person. No, 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 no. I'm just honest. All right, I'm just honest. All right, and I got to be that way, because the people on the left, people Democrats, even on the right. Everyone holds me to a certain standard. If I get up here and I just start doing things, you guys are telling me I'm doing that. Am I right, Nutty?
Absolutely.
If I get up here, Nutty, me and you just start lying and saying things that are just completely not even based on reality, not even based on fact, don't you think the people in our party would hold us accountable?
We are the party of accountability.
Thank you.
Sometimes, I even shudder when we do it, because it's like when we keep holding our own accountable and having this high ceiling for ourselves, we continue to allow the other side to just get away with everything. For
Correct.
instance,
There's
for
just too
instance,
much accountability sometimes. I agree.
exactly, exactly, because we can name countless of people who've been pushed out of office for things that if they if Donald Trump did it, then there's an excuse for it.
Yeah.
So Al Franken had simply an accusation 20 years prior to him serving, and that was enough to get the Democrats to say you got to resign.
Yeah.
When Donald Trump does it in real time, and that gets him reelected.
Sometimes you got to stop it.
Yes.
Sometimes you just got to say, you know what? It's better to deal with the devil I know than the devil I don't know.
Because right now, Zeus, I got to tell you, I would love a Senator Al Franken in the Senate right now. Because one thing about Al Franken, yes, he may have come up to the ranks as a comedian,
Yeah.
but as a senator, he was effective, he was loved, and he got work done for the people of Minnesota, not just Minnesota, but the United States.
DJ said there were photos, Nutty. What do you guys say about that?
There were photos, but the photos that came out, were not photos that you have to blur. So yes, DJs, to your point, there were photos, but the photos didn't show anything nefarious. It showed the young lady that was accusing. That's what it showed. So there, DJ, there you go. Again,
But was there
you
a
wanna
court
talk
case?
about Al
Was there a
Franken?
court case, Nutty?
No.
Were there court
No, sir.
cases?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Got it.
No, sir.
Thank
Were
you.
was there a conviction?
See how
Was
DJ
there-
picking and
Was
choosing?
there a case that was adjudicated and he was found liable for anything? Because they don't like the word guilty.
Mm.
And so they think there's a difference between guilty and liable. One
Mm.
is just in criminal court and the other's in civil court. That's the
Mm.
only difference.
Think
But
DJ.
you were asking about the first 100 days. Technically, today is 99. Tomorrow's the 100th day.
Okay. Is it?
However,
I thought it was today. Am I
no,
right?
it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow, April 30th. So,
Okay, I'll take your word. Maybe you're right.
oh no, I'm right. I'm
If
always
you're
right.
wrong, Nutty, I'll judge you accordingly. Fine. It's 99
You know
days.
what? You know what? If I'm wrong, you can just. I'm
If
always
you're
right.
wrong, Nutty, I'll judge you accordingly. Fine. It's 99
You
days.
know what? You know what? If I'm wrong, you can just send me right to.
Anything but go ahead, Nutty.
Oh, certainly not. But see, here's one of the things that I wanted to talk about in this first 100 days. So, the Trump administration has already begun removing artifacts from the Smithsonian National Museum for African American History and Culture.
Right.
Why is he trying to erase our history?
Really?
Why? He's literally trying to erase our culture,
Wow.
and that's just not okay with me. So you know the lunch counter that was at Woolworth
Yeah.
that that the black students went in and sat at,
Yeah.
that has been removed. That has been removed from the museum.
Targeting.
Why is that? But we saw this coming because with the erasure of people like Rosa Parks trying to give a different narrative that she only sat there because she was tired. Well, that's only half true. Yes, she was tired, but tell the whole truth. She did it as an act of rebellion because she was like, I'm tired of being tired
Yeah.
of this this misjudgment of what you do to our people.
Tell them.
So she's like, I will risk my life, I will risk my freedom to say no. I'm not moving. And what did that do? That set off a couple years and it galvanized our community to boycott
Thank you.
in the most effective way to effect change
Tell them, Nutty.
because of Rosa Parks. But that's what he wants to erase. He wants to erase the Tuskegee Airmen, the people who were most successful during the war,
Wow.
who took down the most enemy planes.
Wow.
These black men serving a nation that doesn't care about them.
Speak on it, Nutty.
You talk about 100 days, Zeus.
Yeah.
You are correct in your assessment, sir, when you call it the worst 100 days.
But you got people in the audience, MAGA Queen. I'm looking at MAGA Queen and DJ, and they're getting upset that you're saying it's the worst 100 days, Nutty.
You know what? See, listen, I can stomach 4X a lot more than I can stomach DJ. And that's a serious indictment right there.
Yeah.
Because 4X is just stupid. He just doesn't. He's not working with a full stack of nickels.
Wow.
So, and we know that about 4X. DJ, on the other hand, he has a little modicum of sense. And he is willfully being obtuse and ignorant.
Shame
He's
on you, W.
willful.
Rick.
And that's when it's most dangerous, when it's willful.
Yeah.
Now he know good and well that Donald Trump does not deserve a solid. He stood with his chest out and said, "A solid B, a solid B."
We don't do that. We can't do that. No.
He know good and doggone well that man don't deserve no B, because number one, we have 3 branches of government. They are co-equal branches of government. He is not to lead Congress.
Amen.
He is not supposed to lead Congress.
Why would you think he is?
What sense does that make for the president of the United States to lead another branch of government. That's not being co-equal. That's saying the executive branch is higher than the legislative branch, and that is not constitutional.
Amen. Let's go, Nutty.
I will not, just for the third time, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.
Go ahead, get it out.
I will not just listen to DJ and listen to this rhetoric, because Val brought up an amazing point, and thank you for it, Val, because I'm going to use it. What grade would you have given George W. during the housing crash? And the fact that you would give Donald Trump a higher grade than that, you are sick, you are disgusting, and you are irrelevant.
Thank you, W. Nutty. Well, listen, brother, I appreciate you coming up here and laying it down like a carpenter on these folks. All right, they needed to hear this. All right, but we're gonna move it on and hopefully hear from. All right, ladies and gentlemen, W. Nutty in the chat. So once again, we're struggling to find people who are willing to be honest about how they would rate Donald Trump's first his 100 days, worst 100 days. DJ is by far the most delusional. Actually, no, the guest before DJ, they gave him an A++++. All right, but now we're getting a little closer to reality. DJ, you gave him a B. And you know that means you probably really wanted to give him something a lot lower than that, but you were too scared to say it. Let's move it along. Who else is next, ladies and gentlemen? Let's go straight to the box. Okay, all right. Okay, good morning. W's in the chat for Jim. Good morning, Jim. How are you? Yes, to everyone, yes, I understand that you don't like some of the guests that I bring up, but, just trust me, Zeus has been doing this for quite a while, and I just need you to rock out and ride it with me, all right? Sorry about that, Jim. It's the first 100 days. Obviously, we still have people out there lying to us, including his press secretary, Scott Besson, as well. And they're going to be spending the majority of today putting out post after post on his social media platforms and Fox News, just trying to convince us this has been very successful. What do you say about that?
I say it's interesting to see senators and Congress people all over the TV today talking about this wonderful 100 days under Trump and Elon Musk. They're throwing Elon Musk's name back in there. Have you noticed Elon Musk has not been talked about in weeks, and now his name's going to get brought back up? Because they're going to try and make you believe, the American taxpayer, that your money, that there's somehow, you're going to start hearing this again, waste, fraud, and abuse, when the only waste, fraud, and abuse actually is Elon Musk and the Trump administration.
I could be.
So get ready.
I think that your connection is. You're going in and out. I can't hear you. You're. Are you there? I think we're losing you, Jim. We were at Elon Musk. Hello. Are you there, Jim?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I put in an alarm system, and every time somebody walks their dog and the camera turns on, Trump Wi-Fi, that's happening in the broadband world.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Instead of wiring.
Thank you. Yes, we can hear you.
So I just
nice and clear.
Okay, I just want to know, I find it interesting. Somebody like DJ with the name DJ chose a B. Let that in for a second. DJ chose a B. So replaces B with, that's exactly the blowhard job we're getting at control.
It's acting up again, Jim. We can barely hear you. They can't hear you.
Turn off my camera.
Okay, yeah, we might, because we got to get the truth out here. All right? Because this is what the American people came to hear.
Is that better? I had to turn off my camera. Okay.
Nice.
So
okay, yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, everybody needs to just start recognizing that if you hear somebody from the Trump administration or the Republican Party saying it, it's not going to be based in reality. If you hear people literally talking on these apps, giving him a B rating, you're talking about people who are not living in reality. There is no way that you could live in a modern day society knowing the impacts of the laws that this person is trying to implement that are not only harming the American citizens, but are also harming the world at large by the tariffs, by the hate, by the racism, by the misogyny, by the lack of education, by the denial of science, by the denial of math. Math is math, people. Math is math. And there's no fudging the numbers that are going to help them come up with $4.7 trillion in tax cuts for the richest until they literally denigrate the poor
Thank you.
and the neediest. No, so DJ, it's interesting you always come for me, but you fail to recognize that you're holding a mirror up to your face. The only lies anybody say on this app is you. Your opinion is just like you. It is flat, it is low-level intellect, and it has no basis of being on anybody's lives because your opinions are just that, not based in reality. You don't even live in the real world, DJ. You don't have any comprehension of what's happening to the American people and to our allies at large. And the world is going to literally take a page out of this book, and it is going to take years, if not decades, for the American people to clean up this fiasco that was created by this administration and allowed by this
Yeah.
Congress. So I thought it was interesting. I'm trying to be careful
doing
with my
great.
language. I think it was interesting when DJ came up, he wanted to point out about the Trump administration and Congress when he fails to comprehend that Congress is a co-equal branch of government. They don't work for Donald Trump. They don't work for Donald Trump, DJ. They work for the American people. And you and the rest of the MAGA world don't seem to comprehend that neither does the judiciary. The judiciary does not work for Donald Trump. They work for the American people to uphold the Constitution and to ensure that all people are following the law. And where this got all hinky in this country is when we started allowing a corrupt, convicted felon, adjudicated sexual assaulter to be at the helm of our country and supported by nothing more than a bunch of white supremacists. I'm going to say it a second time so DJ can hear it and it can sink into that Caucasian brain of his that he fails to comprehend that he is the danger to the United States of America, him and his ilk. And I'm not just talking about the Republican Party. I'm talking about all European-based men who go all over this world, taking what does not belong to them and making it out to be as if they're some kind of savior. You're no savior. You're a destroyer.
You're-
Your tiny tank top Tim boy needs a psychiatrist. I love you all so much. I think we need to continue this fight. We need to keep fighting for civil rights, human rights, women's rights, educational rights. We need to keep believing in science and math because our children are now being harmed by it because now there's a measles pandemic all over the country impacting our babies because people failed to listen to science. If you are not following the science, if you are not following the math, you are falling for everything else.
Tell him, Jim. Tell him, Jim. W, Jim in the chat. And I gotta say this to you. DJ is crying and he's saying, Zeus, please bring me up. Jim is hurting my feelings. What do you have to say to him? Because I don't think we really need to hear from him. Why do you think he's crying right now?
DJ is the only, other than TikTok, the only person on this app I truly
Oh, we can't hear you.
spend any time with in a room because he's the most dangerous.
Got it. So, DJ, as you can see, Jim has said she's done with the fatality. You might as well consider your goose cooked, DJ. All right. Well, listen, Jim, thank you so much for coming up here and totally annihilating DJ's lies this morning on Donald Trump's 100th day. All right. I appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, W. Jim, or as Nutty say, day 99.
So DJ wrote in your comment section that he lives in my head. DJ, let's be very clear. You live on this live every single day because you have nowhere else to go. You have nowhere else to go. You are persona non gratis everywhere else. And the moment I'm off this app, I never think of you, DJ. I only think of your ilk and the danger you bring to society. Let me make that clear. You literally are the epitome of the danger that you present to society, you and your kind. So everybody, if you listen to men like DJ, if you vote like DJ, you are the epitome of danger to this society. You vote against the collective good. You vote against our children. You vote against clean water. You vote against lower taxes for those who deserve it, the neediest, not the greediest. So that's it, DJ. You're not worth my time to ever think about once I'm off this app, boo.
Thank you. You called them boo.
Love you
too.
all.
Ladies,
make sure you're registering. Make sure you're voting. Make sure you're getting involved in one form or fashion, whether it's your school district, your police offices, your colleges. Do something to promote the people, not the greediest over the neediest.
That
Peace out.
part. W's in the chat for Jim. That's why I really enjoy having Jim come up here, because she can say things I would just dream of saying, and it's 100% truthful, no lies detected, and you know, anybody that's on the receiving end of it, honestly, if you really cared about America, you would take the feedback and use it to become a better person. All right, again, W, Jim. DJ, she was right, you were wrong. All right, and you can keep on worshiping Scott Jennings, bro, but it's not going to get you anywhere in America, all right? It's pretty much over. All right, let's move on, ladies and gentlemen, to the next panelist. Who do we got this morning? Good morning, Bounce. Nice to see you this morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
I just wanted to say something really quick.
Go ahead.
I think that their president, President Donald McBigmac, and his wife, First Lady McFish Sandwich, I'm over how people don't hold her accountable too.
Yeah.
Because she is a detriment to this society as well.
You think so?
Yes, because you know what? Everybody claims that he can't control her. But let me tell you something. If she got in his ear and say, you know what, honey, don't eat no more Big Mac sandwiches because it's really messing with your brain.
Yeah.
We need to help the American people.
Yeah.
And that would be something that we could say, well, at least she tried. But see, when this is all said and done and all these magazines, DJ, if you're listening, I can't stand you. I can't stand you.
And that's a lot for Bounce to say that, because Bounce is a really sweet person. For her to say this, DJ,
DJ gets up here and he disparages everything and everybody. He has no respect for himself. He gets up here clowning for this President Big Mac, and he sits here and he says, oh, he's doing good for the country. Oh, I'm not a Trump supporter. You are a Trump supporter. Your bowels are leaking, sir. That's how much of a Trump supporter you are. And let's don't leave out Tiny Tank Top Tim, because I think that dog is ready to run away.
I want to talk to the dog. Now I get what you're saying right there. Yeah, the dog is saying, please help me, Zeus. I get it.
If I wasn't on this leash, I would run for my life. That's what he's saying. But I'm looking at how DJ can say this man is a good man when he's sitting here taking food out of children's mouths, dismantling the medical society, making sure people can't get their medicine. So I'm telling everybody out there, if you can, order 6 months worth of medicine if you can, so that you have it. Because for me, I did this for my mom.
Yeah.
Made sure that I had a year's supply of insulin, everything that she's gonna need, just in case we can't get something for about 2 or 3 months. See, that's the way that they're trying to destroy the
Yeah.
elderly and
Get
make
them
it.
off us the benefits, right?
Yeah, not just that, get them off so they're 6 feet under.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that
that's how you cut Social Security and Medicaid, right? That's the thing that you're saying that without actually saying that, which is
yes.
and cut off the ability for them to go to these places and get service, right? Make it harder for them to get through on the phones, and then there you have it. You've saved this nation trillions of dollars. That's their gain.
And
Wow.
and for you magas out there, you see, their kids are gonna eat. Their kids are gonna survive. They're gonna get the necessary medical care because they can get on a plane and go to another country and get
Mm.
care for their
Yeah.
family. Y'all can't do that. You cannot. And that is why it was so important that President McDonald's, he sat there, Mr. Donald Trump,
Yeah.
sat there and tried to interfere in Canada's elections. And what happened? That didn't work out so well for him, did it?
Nope.
Nope.
We saw
Because
who won yesterday.
saw who won. So you guys are seeing that nobody respects him. Nobody. He has to bully people. He has to bother Jasmine Crockett because, and Miss Pam Bondi, honey, you could have went to college and graduated 15 times and you'll still never be as intelligent as Jasmine Crockett.
Talk to him, Bounce.
Because Jasmine Crockett is our voice right now.
Yep.
You want to arrest people for praying. So I can't remember the preacher's name they arrested yesterday. What was his name?
Which preacher? I don't know the preacher.
He was yesterday he got arrested in front of the White House, and then they had to release him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a big preacher. He's kind of heavy set, man. I can't. He's always
Somebody
on.
said Reverend Barber, William Barber. Okay, I need to go double check. There's so much happening right now. Oh my goodness.
And so they arrested him, and then they had to let him go. But these are his tactics because he's losing. DJ, Snuggy Wuggies, I don't know where you are, but we all know you need your benefits because you look
Yeah.
very sickly, sir.
You
I don't
think
know
so?
what's going on with you, but you need to go and get your groceries before you can't get them because you don't need to miss the meal because it's all in your face. It's just all in
Really?
your face. Yes.
Wow. Well. See, that's why I say a lot of these people need to really get their souls right, because payday is coming. Everyone's going to end up having their payday, but it's not. When payday's coming, you should actually get it right. All right, because the good Lord is not playing around with you, Trump supporters. All right, you cannot worship Donald Trump and then say you're a Christian. It doesn't go together.
I thought they were going to pull the holy water out on him and we could watch him disintegrate at the Pope's
Mm.
services because he was a straight disgrace.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
very disgraceful.
Yeah.
He didn't get the message that the Pope left for him because
Yeah.
it was specifically for him. I don't know what to tell you because at the end of the day, Donald, you're old and you got one foot there too. You're an
Hey.
old man. And when you leave here, ain't nobody gonna be sad, cause I sure ain't gonna be sad. I'm
Oh
gonna
my.
pull my barbecue pit out and I'm gonna light it up in the middle of my Trump country block,
Mm.
and I'm gonna smoke it up.
Wow.
I'm gonna have a big old party.
Wow. 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 Well, listen, Bounce. From your lips to God's ears, let that do what you got to do. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna move it on.
Food to the people. I'm gonna give my extra food to my 4 standard poodles
Okay.
because they deserve a good meal. I'm not feeding them.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, okay. All right, all right. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to move it on, ladies and gentlemen. Show Bounce some love and give her a huge round of applause. We're grading Donald Trump today, and no one's giving Donald Trump a good grade. All right, anybody with common sense isn't giving him a good grade. They know what it is. Oh my gosh! Thank you so much again, ladies and gentlemen. Bounce. Do we have any Trump supporters out there? Quickly, please put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up here. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I'll bring you right on up here. We don't got all morning to do this, ladies and gentlemen. I see some people out there saying that they support Donald Trump, but I don't see them willing to get in the box and explain why. Tiny Tank Top Tim, you you're worse than DJ, honestly, Tiny Tank Top Tim. I mean, and that says a lot, right? At least DJ doesn't get in the box and just starts being very evil and stuff like that. Even though I think what he's doing is slick, he's trying to be slick. But what you're doing, Tiny Tank Top Tim, you don't even you don't even have enough dignity to at least sit down and have the conversation. You always are letting the dog take you on a walk. And I'm very concerned, honestly. You can't always be going for a walk with the dog, all right? So either you're going to tell us why you always do that, or we're just going to have to assume you're playing games, all right? Because no one I've never ran into on TikTok, every time they come into the box, you hear them grabbing the coat, grabbing the keys, grabbing the leash, and the dog going, come on, come on. And then they walk. It's like, what's going on? This is I mean, just tell us you need help, all right? And you got to be honest. If you really do need help, some of us, we know people that can get you the help you need, but you can't go around pretending like you don't have an addiction when it's all over your face, bro. And you can't tell us things like you're in shape. I'm in the best shape of my life. And we've seen you. You're not. So you got to stop lying, all right? And I mean, it's one thing when you lie to other people, but when you lie to yourself, seriously, it's very disheartening. So we're gonna keep moving it along, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, his wife is for Kamala Harris. Now that could be the dynamic. That could be. Maybe she did. Maybe she did vote for Kamala Harris. That could be it. All right, but you got to tell us this because no one is buying this lie that every time you talk to me, you got to walk the dog. No one's buying that. Put on time you talk to me, you got to walk the dog. No one's buying that. Put a one in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. Andrea. Andrea, I saw what you put in the chat. I'd hope he's not doing that. I really hope he's not doing that. All right. Put a one in the chat if you are a Trump supporter, and I'll bring you up real quickly. We don't got all morning, ladies and gentlemen. Seriously. And he squeals like a teenager when he is mad. Maybe he's playing with you, Zeus. Yeah, well, he's playing with himself. He's not playing with Big Zeus. Good morning, Debbie. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Hey, Zeus.
Hey, how are
How
you?
are you?
I'm doing it all.
Good.
I'm doing all right. How about you?
I'm doing well. I'm so happy to finally be in the kingdom.
I
You know, I
know.
don't come unless I have something to say, but I
Absolutely.
appreciate it. First and foremost, I just want to say all the panelists has been spot on for sure.
Yeah.
And I will say we have been in the 100 days of hell for us. And the reason why I say that is because when Biden and Kamala was in office, I didn't lose sleep. I wasn't overly depressed or stressed out
Right.
about my parents not getting their check, their Social Security. I wasn't worried about my stepdad losing his VA benefits, who fought for this country. I wasn't worried about my medication going up. I just had to pay over $70 for my Vyvanse that is for my ADHD. And
Right.
I had to pay that. I didn't have to worry about, my social work colleagues losing their jobs at the VA.
Mm.
And that has happened. And
Wow.
MAGA is so delusional. They are so lost. They are so racist. And they are just so disgusting to believe that this man in office has done a great job when he is deporting children
Ooh.
with cancer. Do you hear me?
Yeah. I've heard about this. He's separating children from their mothers.
Yes. And that has affected me, and that's been on my heart ever since I heard that news.
I'm
They-
sorry.
They don't realize that we are living in 1930s. That's where we're at. Okay?
Yes, he is, Ella. Yes, he is, Ella. If you don't believe us, Ella, you can come up here and bring evidence that he's not. Ella, send me a guest request. Debbie has no reason to get up here and lie.
No, I don't. I don't have a reason to lie at all because we are affected. We on the right side of history. And Scott, yes, we voted for Kamala Harris. That's how you say her name, Kamala. Okay? We voted for someone that we believed in, that has worked in all branches of government, that was qualified, that was for us. She told y'all what was going to happen. We told y'all what was going to happen, but nobody believed us because
Hmm.
nobody wanted to vote for a woman, a black woman that is beyond qualified than Donald J. Trump.
Is that true, Ella? You did not want to vote for a black woman, Ella? Because if so, I want you to know I'm very sad that you would still do that in this year of our Lord 2025. Sorry, Debbie.
No, it's okay. But I'm just saying, I'm just tired of the same talking points and the rhetoric from MAGA. It's old. It's tiring. We're over it. Our gas prices is still are up. Our grocery prices is definitely up. It's 3.15 to 3.30 in North Carolina where I'm at working.
Okay.
They literally paid 20 something dollars for fruit. One
$20.
bag.
Fruit grows out of the earth.
Yes.
It should pretty much be free or somewhere near affordable, and you're telling me $20.
One small bag, Zeus, $20 for fruit.
Must
$20 for fruit. And they keep saying,
Wow.
oh, the border is closed. The border is not closed. Like, I've never seen these people so obsessed about migrants or immigrants or anything until Trump came into office. You know, it's sick, the world that we are living in, Zeus. It really
Yep.
is. It's disheartening. And it's just been affecting my soul. And they say he's not a racist. But yes, the racism is definitely in the forefront right now. And I'm going to tell you something what happened to me yesterday.
Talk to him.
I'm a social worker, right? And I'm a young black woman, right?
Right.
I'm from a red state, but I'm here working in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on my way to walk to see another patient of mine when I hear somebody yell F black people, and I was called the N word with the hard ER twice.
They're emboldened now.
Twice, Zeus. Twice.
Wow. I'm so sorry that that is happening to you in 2025, the year of our Lord.
Yes.
That these people are using 1930s tactics to try to intimidate everyday Americans like yourself. What a disgrace.
And I put him in his place. And I went to a nurse that was the charge nurse that was on duty, and I work in the ED, Zeus. And I explained to her what happened to me. I asked, what is this patient's name? And you know what she did? She dismissed me like nothing was wrong. This is a white tea woman, basically dismissed my feelings and what happened to me. She made an excuse because this gentleman has mental health issues.
Oh.
Not an excuse at all.
Well, and see, I don't want to do this, but imagine, I don't like this because I believe people who really have mental health issues, they need professional help, period, case closed. But imagine if that was something, a lot of people of color were running around here doing. Oh, mental illness, excuse me while I completely disrespect you. Do you think they would let that slide in the courtrooms and stuff like, oh, it was just, I was going through a very difficult time, mental illness. And then they say, you know what? Go ahead and try again. We understand.
Right.
They get
No.
real judgmental when it's people of color. They don't allow nothing, but all of a sudden this person does it. Oh, it's a mental health issue. Really? Well,
Yeah.
when did you know these people were crazy?
Right. Right. It's no excuse. I work with mental health individuals for many, many years, Zeus, and I've never been once called the N word by not one patient. Do you understand?
That's wild. I believe you too.
Yeah. And it was hurtful. That stayed on my heart all day yesterday at work. That affected me because I can't believe, but I can believe that. I mean, we're living in this crazy world right now. We have enough going on as it is with this man in office.
Mm-hmm.
Just the racism out loud. And guess what?
What's
He was a Hispanic man.
Oh!
He wasn't even a white tea man. He was a Hispanic man that said this to me, Zeus.
You know what? And I believe you because I've seen these characters on TikTok. They know who they are using that same type of language because on one side they think that they are part of it, in terms of they should be able to say it because I fit in with them. I got a lot of people who are quote black, right? So they treat me, and I say that, and then when it's time to switch sides, they switch sides, and then they get to the point where you're saying they don't use it like that. They use it with the ER, and you just have to look at these people and go, do you really think Donald Trump will ever accept you?
Right. Right. No. No. He's deporting your people. He's deporting the people that look like you. But you want to be so accepted, you want to fit in with MAGA, but you don't.
Mm.
And they're so in denial about that. You're not fitting in. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about none of us at all. None of us at all.
There you go. There you
At
go.
all. And I am just tired of the same rhetoric. I'm tired of waking up to this bad news, bad news, bad news. It's just every day. And for Pam Bondi,
Yeah.
you're going to get Giuliani. Just know that. Your
Thank you.
time is coming, okay?
Tell him. Tell him.
You're not safe.
Tell
And,
him.
and Miss Levitt, you're a DEI hire. You can take the same rhetoric and all that stuff you spewing at that little podium up
Scandal.
front, all them lies you're saying. Girl, go
Knock
back
it.
to college.
Tell
Go
him.
back to school.
Tell him.
Please go back to school. You're only there because you married somebody rich and the color of your skin. You're not even qualified.
Tell
Let's
him.
be clear, okay?
All right. Well,
And
listen,
black,
Debbie.
and this is my last thing.
Okay.
For Blagga, is I'm embarrassed that you look like me. They are erasing our history. They are removing our books off these shelves, and they are trying to erase us. Our ancestors will be so disappointed in you. It's
They are.
disappointing and it's disheartening because you know our history and you know what our ancestors went through for us to be here today. But Zeus, I love you so much. I thank you so much.
Love you
And
too.
you keep getting the good word out. You keep being you. You know I'm on your side. I'm on your team. I'm gonna
Thank
continue
you.
to look for you. I appreciate you, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, show Debbie some love. No lies detected. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we've had another incredible show. We've done an outstanding job grading the Trump administration first 100 days. I think 100 days will officially be tomorrow, but we're going to act like it is today because, you know, it is what it is. You could go over there onto his social media platform. He is melting down right now. I just see these alerts flashing all over my device. He's saying all these things that he's done within the first 100 days. And I just want you all to know he's only doing this because he's trying to drown out the reality that this has been the worst 100 days of any president in world history. He's literally engineered his own destruction. You cannot blame anybody else except for Donald J. Trump for what's currently happening, especially when you start talking about the one thing that he campaigned on that everybody thought he would do good with, which is the economy. He hasn't done anything in terms of ending these conflicts all over the world. As a matter of fact, we got a new conflict that's possibly going to break out between Pakistan and India. All right. He went to sleep at the Pope's funeral, ladies and gentlemen. What an embarrassment. What a disgrace. And even with all of this happening, you still get these knuckleheads, knuckle draggers coming up on my show. What do you give Donald Trump? Even, you know, their 401ks have been completely erased, annihilated. What do you give him? I give him an A plus, Zeus. I give him an A plus. Oh, what do you give him? Oh, I'm going to give him, because they want to make it seem like they actually think, oh, I'm going to give him a B. Really? Really? Do me a favor to all of you who are giving Donald Trump those high grades. Why don't you let Donald Trump be your doctor and let him do something to you, like, you know, hit the body with some light, hit the body with some heat, and perhaps inject some disinfectant inside of you, and you just tell us how that goes with your high ratings for this snake oil salesman. Nobody believes you. All right. And so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and conclude this broadcast by making it crystal clear to everybody that's listening right now. Donald Trump gets an F, or as my good friend Takesha said, a Z rating, because Z is at the last letter of the alphabet. Z minus, ladies and gentlemen. Let's send them straight to hell.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, listen, before I get out of here, I want to give a huge thank you to all of the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. Without you, this show wouldn't be as exciting, engaging, and entertaining as it is. But we also got to give one last round of booze and shame, and this goes out to all the Zeus haters out there. And I know you're out there. You're stitching my videos. You're flagging me. You're reporting me because you have nothing else to do, ladies and gentlemen, honestly, except think of ways to try to stop me from getting this beautiful truth out. But it's not going to change a thing, all right? You can make up whatever stories you want to make up about me, but one thing is true. Donald J. Trump got an F today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send him to hell one last time. I can care. I don't care.
Silence, you MAGA Damon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, take care. Stay safe out there. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Have a great rest of your morning. Thank you, everyone. Hey, Steve. Just know that I'll always be your favorite, all right? Because look at what I am and look at what you are, all right? You hear that, Steve? And that goes to all of the Zeus haters out there. Y'all can sit out there and drive around in your pickup trucks, tuning in, listening to what I do, and getting triggered. But I want you to know a majority of my show is me playing clips of your dear leader speaking. So who are you really mad at? It's your dear leader, duh. That's what you call psychological warfare, what I'm doing to these Trump supporters. Everything they're upset about is the stuff that I play in front of them. I didn't tell Donald Trump to stand in front of that box of cereal and that pack of sausages and that Folgers coffee and say, I am going to bring those grocery prices down the moment I get elected. I didn't tell him to say that. He said that, all right? Easy. And what I'm doing is connecting a lot of dots. Bam! Come on. Stop eating the cheeses and the Diet Coke. Steve, that's some medical advice from me, Big Zeus, all right? Y'all gonna get in a lot of health troubles if that's what you're doing Monday through Sunday. I love you too. Let's go. All right, let's get out of here and do some drill, baby, drill, and then we are out of here. All right.
Kamala Harris's war on pencil left Marxist, she can't help it. But we're going to end that, and we will frack, and drill, baby, drill.
Drill, baby, drill. We're going to be drilling so deep.
We're going to be, for these guys, we're going to drill. We're going to take out so much money. We're going to pay down our debt. We're going to lower your taxes.
As the day.
Insane asylum.
Thank you.
You know, they go crazy when I say,
here he
the
goes.
late great Hannibal Lecter.
One.
Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack. Drill, there's a black.
Have a great rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know who you are out there. Take care. And they don't like it when we do this, but we took drill, baby, drill from you, MAGA, because you weren't drilling and fracking the way we do it over here, all right? She said, I like fracking very much. Look, they always go back to what they want. They do. She can't help it. She's a radical.
She can't help it.
We're gonna end that.
And we will frack, and drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna be drilling so deep. We're gonna be full.
Let's go.
We're gonna take out so much money. We're gonna pay
W
down our debt.
heaven.
We're gonna lower your taxes deep. Insane asylums.
You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal.
Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna frack. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter.
Hey, we're gonna drill, baby, drill.
We're gonna drill like it's Hannibal
Like a
Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter.
We're gonna drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Baby, drill. We're gonna
Here it
drill
goes.
like it's Hannibal Lecter. Insane asylum.
Oh.
You know they go crazy when I say the late great Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, they do?
They say, why would he mention Hannibal Lecter?
Why would you do that?
We're
Gonna lower your taxes. That part, yeah.
Deep insane asylums.
Deep?
You know they go crazy when I say the
How?
late great Hannibal. Drill, baby, drill. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Drill, baby, drill.
Lower your taxes.
Deep insane asylums.
You know, you want me to lower your mortgage?
When I say
Now
the late great
That's getting freaky. You want me to lower your mortgage? He said lower my mortgage. Lord have mercy. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter time. We're gonna lower your taxes. Deep insane asylums. Big Willie, knock it off. Oh, how much money you owe? Okay, you owe $2 million. Don't worry, we'll lower your debt. All right, and you owe some taxes. Don't worry, we'll pay off those taxes too, baby. Cause guess what? What we're gonna do is drill, baby, drill like you wouldn't believe, because we have so much liquid gold under our feet, and all we gotta do is frack to get to it. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all take care and have a great rest of your morning.